So today I worked on this 2017 Chevrolet 2500, and this is the pickup truck side bed with a sharp dent caused by a shopping cart. And then there's a spot that's actually sticking outward, and that is a rock. And it's very common that rocks get caught in the wheel well and kicked up in that inner tight fender well area, and they get trapped. And the dent happened to hit, and it pushed against the rock. Luckily, it didn't crack the paint, because most times it actually will. So to gain access to this, I removed the tail light, and I was able to reshape the metal from behind the panel using bars and rods. Here I am just wiping down the panel, prepping it for the suction cup from the heat and from my light to go onto. Next thing I'm going to do is start reshaping the metal from behind the panel. I'm going through the tail light area, and I'm using a Dentcraft. It's a double bend with an R4 cherry cap on it, and I'll be reshaping that. This is sped up here just to save time. Don't want to bore you too much. And then I'll be tapping down that. I'll be starting with the center spot that's very sharp, poking out where the rock was. I have moved the rock out already with my tool. If you don't do that, then you will crack the paint. And here I am just resculpting the metal, getting it kind of to the 50-60%. Here it is with the light on it, and I'm addressing the buckle at the top of the damage as well as the sides. This dent was probably about 3 to 4 inches in size with both the lower and upper buckle, and the center part there was pretty difficult to repair because it was in between the second layer and an open area, so it was hard to push against that and get any good control for the very sharp damage that it was. I also ended up using I believe it was a 42-inch possibly, A1, just a regular black iron, sharper tip tool. And I also used, especially for the bottom of the dent, I used a Ultra Dent tool, a whale tail. I think it was like a slightly over a 1-inch. I think they're like I can put some links down below. I think it's just over an inch. Here I am cross-checking from the other side, knocking down any remaining crowns at the top. Sometimes I also like to turn the light at different angles to get a better view of that as well. So this customer actually didn't even see the damage happen. He just came out and saw his truck in the parking lot. Truck only has 5,000 miles on it. He takes really good care of the truck and uses it primarily just for towing an RV, so it doesn't get driven all that much. And there were some pretty severe marks on this. I actually wasn't sure that they would polish out. They did end up polishing out in the end of the video. Here it is from the other side again. Here's just a side view showing how the tools are used, going through the tail light pocket, reshaping the damage. Now this is a slide hammer I'm using for the edge of the panel. Since the edge of the panel was kicked in from the damage, this will pull the edge of the panel out, also pulling the above the edge of the panel where the dent is still remaining. And you have to be very careful with this because you can damage the paint very easily, and you can also pull too far. It's very difficult to push it back if you've done that. Here's a video pan coming up. Now I did work it a bit more after this because there was still a bit of a line right there. as well as a little bit of texture right below the body line. I was able to reshape that a little more off camera, and then here I will be polishing those scratches out so you'll get a better look of the damage after that is repaired. This is just a small 3-inch foam disc polisher, and I'm using a medium aggressive compound to polish those. I didn't do any wet sanding, but didn't think it was necessary for this particular damage. So I did go pretty heavy with the compound there, but I was able to get the majority of the scratches out. There was one small scratch that was very deep that remained. Alright, and I wiped the panel with a spray shine to clean off any leftover compound. That's what you're seeing here. Here is the end result, just showing the video pan of the after. And I was able to repair this with really good results. Customer was thrilled. He had done some PDR before on a vehicle, and it did not come out quite as well as this. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit the like button and leave a comment down below. Thanks again.